Hey, we're back. It's on my other channel, but we're switching to the main one. Because nobody's there, and that's boring. I'd rather be here. And so I'll be able to check on my stream. There we go. Okay. Back to stitching. Really. It's all we're doing. There we go. Alright, we'll see who shows up of all my cross-stitch peeps. There's 6,000 of you, so somebody's gotta come. Somebody's gonna be here. I know it. Ben's gonna need a cookie soon also. By the way. And what are we doing for dinner?
Gotta have a snack, I'm not sure.
Well, I'm gonna need dinner.
We can go outside right now. We can do it.
Okay, deal. Let's scoot this over. I really hate when it's not straight. It bothers me. Kayla, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. 1, 2, 3. How is your Thursday? Mine's actually been decent. Yeah, it's been a good one. Yay. How are you feeling? Are you okay? I don't know how much you pay attention to politics and world news, but how are you doing? I pay too much attention, so it's been a rough week. I know some people think it's the best week ever, so I'm not inclined to humor that though. I have too many people I know who are hurting. Basically disconnected. I don't blame you. It's kind of scary out there. I know it took me a few days of being comatose, and then it was like, okay, so what's next? What are we gonna do? Like, we gotta do something. So then we both have jumped into action, and actually now I feel really good. Which I hate, because that's exactly what the leftists said that the Democratic Party needed. And I was like, no, I want things to not feel hard. 2, 3, let's see. I'm working on my new pattern. It's, this one. Pink Pony Club. I just was really sick of doing the Hocus Pocus one. It's so much past Halloween now. I was like, I might as well just work on something I actually want to work on. I feel like this light needs to be like in between what it is. It's a little bit too bright. I don't know how to fix it. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. I think it's because it's on black. It like doesn't know what to do with itself. It's cute, right? I think it's so fun. It's a pretty easy one too. I know this color does not. It like is so washed out. I'm trying to figure out my light. It's just like, it's tricky because it, you know, the camera like doesn't know what to do with all the contrast. I think I'm not quite sure how to Fix that. But oh well. 1, 2, 3. It's supposed to look neon-y. We'll see how it turns out. I haven't stitched this one up yet at all, so. I like had it on the back burner forever, and I just was putting off posting it, so I was like, I really want to stitch it first. And then I was like, you know what, that's dumb, because people have been buying my patterns for years now without them being stitched. So that's just a standard I made for myself that isn't actually real. And so then I just went ahead and posted it. And then literally the day I posted it, someone bought it. So I was like, well, lesson learned. Oh, shoot, wrong one. Yes, it is DMC. Let me see what the color is called. I have to look and see. It is DMC 208, Lavender Very Dark. All the colors look pretty close to one another on this one. I tried to like stick with ones that looked like darker versions. You know, less light as the light is going out of the neon sign. 2, 9. We'll see how successful it is. Probably should have done like the main white thing first, but I just started right in the middle, and the middle one was this one, so this is the color we're starting with. I'll go back and do the white in a minute, I think. So white's supposed to be like the middle of the letter. It'd probably be easier to do the rest of this if I already had that done. So, as far as anything new goes, I haven't posted a vlog in a while because we've just been busy. Nice man bought me a Pip and Chip set. Cute. That's so fun. Okay, I'll have to post pictures when you get it all filled up. I just redid all of my thread this year with these. I'm very excited about. So we have decided, as far as news goes for us, we have decided, because that's why I started with like, we haven't posted a vlog in a while. News. We are officially ending van life, like as soon as possible. Just because we just don't feel like the world is that friendly to van lifers anymore, because the Supreme Court just passed, or just their ruling was that cities are allowed to prosecute people who live in their cars. So we don't want to be part of the weaponized or criminalized homelessness epidemic, so we are just going to not be homeless anymore. And we are so lucky that we have that option. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to be in a house as soon as possible. So now I'm like, now I want to think about how I'm going to organize all these. Because I had like that one company that wanted to sponsor. It's the only one I've actually been interested in doing. And it was like a beautiful, like really nice, like $200 set for cross-stitch threads for storage. It was very nice in wood. And I was like, well, don't have anywhere to put that. But now I'm like, maybe I should reach back out. I probably could still respond and they wouldn't answer. Hi, Dana. Yeah, Kayla, it sucks. Because, like, San Diego, it was just decriminalized. Like, the city of San Diego was trying to do that. And the courts in San Diego ruled that that was, like, inhumane. Like, that people have nowhere to go. You can't criminalize them sleeping, like, outside if that's the only place that they can be. So the city of San Diego has had to, like, stop prosecuting people for that. Because they were doing that a lot. They were, like, kicking everyone out. Just arresting everyone. And so now it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I feel bad for all my San Diego van life friends, because that was like van life utopia over there. And now they're probably not gonna be able to stay there. There's so many people who live in vehicles there. Dana, I have lots of life updates actually. I'm gonna tell you guys first. My parents don't even know yet, because I'm waiting for official news before I tell them anything. I'm not pregnant. Just FYI. Don't get that excited. But I'll tell you about it if you want to hear. And as I'm literally checking my email, I'm very anxious for updates. So Okay, are we back? That you can hear. This music sounds janky, but I promise it's just the music. Oh no! Can you hear the music, Vince?
I'm gonna pop up.
Okay. Let me know if you guys can see and hear me. That was crazy. Suddenly all my sound cut and my headphones like cut off, like Bluetooth completely failed. Everything at once are just like stop. And I can't restart my computer right now because then the stream will be like totally messed up. So we had to figure out another way to do it. Sorry, that's so annoying. But we're okay. We're alive. Is it okay on your end?
It's all. It almost sounds like it's your AirPods that are getting picked up. Can you check that it's the right
It says
mic?
Yeti mic.
It says Yeti mic?
Yeah.
Alright, well, it's Yeti mic then.
Well, let me see. Oh no, it won't let me do the property. OBS is acting so weird.
And I can't hear music.
No, the music's not playing right now. I paused it
Gotcha.
because it was acting weird too. It's like, I think this is being weird too. Everything's being so weird. Safari, I think, is what's being weird, honestly. Let me know if the sound is terrible. I think Vincent says it sounds weird on his end.
No, I can hear you right.
It's okay?
It's just like it was not sounding as usual, but that's fine.
I don't know. I can't hear myself unless I put the feedback on, but that's annoying. It won't let me do the property thing. AirPodsy? I think it might be coming through my AirPods and not Yeti. Okay, don't hate me. I'm gonna restart this one more time. There we go. Properties. Yeah, it's because it's set on default. Okay, can you hear me now? It should be better now. It was on the wrong thing and it wouldn't let me do the properties. Okay, guys, we're learning tonight. That was terrible. I'm so sorry. That is the first time that's happened. OBS has been running pretty good for me, but not tonight, I guess. Yeah, it's just Safari that is completely weird. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Back to what was I saying? I don't even remember. That was stressful. You know, I have a million tabs open on Chrome. I'm gonna close those. We're gonna switch to Chrome and see if that's better for music. That's really weird. I've never had that problem before. And so I don't know how to fix it quickly. Let's see. We're gonna go back to what we were listening to. Jesus, sorry, that's loud. Let me know if that's weird. Life updates. Yeah, OBS was like, no, we don't want you to share that yet. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I'm gonna log back in so I can see what's going on. We are finishing van life sooner than we planned because it just doesn't make sense. Sorry, this is like on some of the cords. It doesn't make sense to keep doing van life right now because the world is uncertain. And also, I know everyone voted for lower gas prices, but I don't think they're coming. So that's the other thing. It's like, it is expensive to drive a lot. So we're trying to figure out, well, we're going to end up in California for sure. But we're going to start looking for places and probably sell the van like ASAP. Yeah, like it's going to be crazy. Every state, like, the laws are already weird and they're gonna be more weird, and like, heaven forbid I have like a medical emergency somewhere where I can't get help. So, yeah, we need to get established in like a blue state with health insurance, mostly. So California it is, and that means selling the van sooner than we planned, so I'm very sorry, Dana. I don't think that will be coming in the spring because this just sucks. So that's the less fun part, is like that those plans changing. The rest of it will be fun. Living in California will be nice. The main thing that is news is that I'm currently waiting to be accepted into a bachelor program. I am going back to school. We decided if they get their way and defund the Department of Education, then we should probably take advantage of FAFSA while FAFSA still exists, because we don't know what's going to come after that, and it's probably going to be worse, I think, as far as like public funded education goes. Vincent was already thinking about going back to school. That's something that he's wanted to do for a while, and it was just a matter of like being in a house again where he could actually like do school all the time. So he's wanting to do something in like cybersecurity, I think, like tech, but like on that end of things, the more badass Mr. Robot side of things. And I am also very interested in tech. I have been forever, but it was always like, what would I want to do that actually makes sense, but also isn't like too much like what Vincent's doing. So I applied for, it's Western Governors University. It's like fully accredited, but online, which is great because cheaper and flexible while we still have jobs. So I applied for their data analytics program, which I think sounds very fun. I'm a very logical person, and I think that sounds like a fun search and find of like understanding people's, like, oh, not people's, companies' data. You know, like data wrangling, first of all, sounds very badass, and that's like a main part of the job. And then it's taking like, you know, raw data and cleaning it and wrangling it and turning it into like something that companies can use. If you don't know what data analytics is, I'm assuming, because I didn't really know what it was. But it's like, so it's like statistics, but it's like with a visual twist. It's a little more creative. You're basically like, you're gonna, the end result is like doing doing presentations and reports for all different kinds of companies and all different kinds of industries, depending on what you get into. You know, like obviously Google and Microsoft and Apple have like huge teams of data analysts to do all of their stuff. But then you can also work for like a firm and like do data analytics for all kinds of companies, which I think sounds really fun, because then you get to kind of like step into many different industries and like learn about them and work with them, and then kind of, you know, fuck off and do your own thing again. So I'm really excited about that. I think that's going to be great for me. I think it won't be boring, and it's visual enough that it'll feel creative, but it's not so creative that it'll feel exhausting, because a lot of it is just like, you know. And there's a fair bit of coding, because I did really want to learn coding. That's just been something that I've wanted to learn forever. There is a good bit of coding, because part of it is like, part of being able to make the data useful for people will be coding it into whatever they're needing. So there's also coding. It's a little bit more, so it's like not like a statistics degree. It's like more computer science-y, but it's just like a good blend of things, I think. So I'm feeling really good about that. Yeah, very marketable skill. You can use it in so many settings. I will be able to use it in my current businesses right now, which is great. As I'm learning it, I can use it. Yeah, so it's kind of the computer science-y like side of statistics and data like analysis, which is kind of fun. And Western Governors has a master's program also if I wanted to continue. It's pretty affordable, and they're like fully accredited and stuff. Like a ton of people have degrees from there, so that's good. Yeah, I think I'm still gonna keep doing what I'm doing. My dream is obviously still to like do this forever. But we just feel like life, like the world feels really uncertain right now. Also, Goose is underneath. I don't know if you can see him. There's his little head. You can like barely see it through. Use my hand on his head. You can see it through the fabric. He keeps swiping at my hand with the needle in it. Stop it. Anyway, the world just feels really uncertain, and we both are like, we just need more stable jobs. Like we can't rely on the industries we're currently in, where quite frankly, it's the first thing that people are going to cut if their budgets get tighter or if things get harder. So we really wanted to give ourselves like more indispensable jobs, and that requires a degree. And then also just doing it before we still can, if we want to be able to FAFSA cover it, which we should have FAFSA being able to cover all of it, because the tax year, like they always look 2 years back for FAFSA, fun fact. And so this is like the 24-25 school year, which means that they are looking at the 2022 tax returns, and our 2022 year is the year that we built the van. So literally all of our expenses were business expenses, and we wrote them all off. So I think our income from that year was literally like negative $6,000. Like it looks really like we're just destitute on paper. So it actually is a really good year for FAFSA because we get full benefits. And Vincent, since he's like a permanent resident, he gets benefits too, which is great. 1, 2, 6. So that is the scoop, is we just have to pivot. Fountain Valley, Laguna Woods. We're looking really, it's so flexible because we're just going to be sitting at home doing all the stuff we're currently doing plus school. And that's literally it. And then surfing as much as we can whenever we can drive into the beach. We're not planning on finding anywhere close to the beach. It's going to be way too expensive while we're in school. We're probably looking at like, it's called like Inland Empire in like some of like the search areas for like when you're looking at houses. It's just like Orange County and LA, but just like inland a little bit more, closer to like an hour from the beach than like half an hour from the beach. So that's where we're looking because we really want to have a house or a townhome or a condo, not an apartment. And we really need 2 bedrooms because we both work from home. And I am so done with sharing my sound space with French teaching every day. Like I can't even tell you. I love you. Stop it. I love you, but like I can't, Vincent. I'm so sick of it. I want my own space. I want to be able to like make videos when I want to make videos and stream when I want to stream and do all of the things. So I'm very excited about that, but that means that we need to be inland where it's more cheap. Yeah, Dana, let me know. That would be awesome. We make decent money. Just it's not a lot of paper. We make, 70 or 80 grand a year. And we will have all of our school covered. So we should also have some student loan money that we could use if we needed to. And we should, by the time that we're moving in, have our van sold, which means that all of the, like, our car payment for the van and any of the leftover debt we have from building the van will be gone. Plus, we should have more money to put down on something. So it should be pretty easy to qualify for space, I think, just depending on how much it is a month is like what it comes down to. We're hoping for something like under 2,000, but honestly, I would go a little over 2,000 also if it's like the right space. We just need space. And then we get to be the California hub for anyone who wants to come visit, which will be fine. But yeah, we're feeling good about that. I'm excited to be able to surf more. We're gonna have to figure out coming to visit. We're just gonna have to do plane tickets for Jackie's wedding and then figure the rest out. We'll get a car and like we could do a road trip if we wanted to. But the nice thing is the cats will have a house. I think that they're ready for a place too. Earl's bored, and with how busy we've been with work, he gets into trouble. So I think having a nice big space for them to run around in will feel really fun for them. So that's the scoop. It's interesting, like this election just really like put things in such stark relief for us. Like it just became very clear very quickly exactly what we need to be doing next. Like it really went from being like kind of coasting and waiting and seeing and thinking about maybe more like life stuff, like do we want kids or not, than like, job and money stuff. And this just really was like, oh nope, we need to like future proof ourselves ASAP. We should have done it a long time ago, but we haven't needed to until now. So I'm not excited about having like a real job. But I think the amount of money coming in will be nice. Because I think, like, Vincent, cybersecurity is a really, really good job because it's so important for so many businesses. And if you're good at it, then, like, you are a vital part of, like, so many companies. And I think in California, if you look at California rates, like, I think cybersecurity earns, like, an average, not super high end, is about $200,000 a year. It's between, like, 150 and 200,000 a year. And then data analytics does, I think the average in California is about 100 a year too. I think the range is like 80 to like 120 is like average for California. So they're both money jobs, which I never thought I'd have, but here we are. Feels good to maybe have a degree to fall back on. And it feels good to be able to do it cheaply and at my own pace, because I can just fly through it and get a job quickly if I want to. Area again, for where we're looking, just like Inland Empire, it's just like we would love to be in Orange County. Orange County is ideal, but realistically, we're probably going to need to be like a little bit further inland. I'm really looking at like Riverside and Laguna Niguel and Santa Ana, those kind of Garden Grove, like those areas. They're all kind of next to each other on the map. Irvine is in that area too, but Irvine is really expensive, and Anaheim's also right there, but it's also really expensive. So it's kind of like Irvine and Anaheim, and then like all the areas in between are a little bit cheaper, and like a little anything further inland, like San Bernardino. We could do San Bernardino. Any of those areas are what we're kind of looking at. We're so incredibly flexible. I forgot about that. That is where he's from. We're so flexible because we don't have very much furniture. We have, like, as far as furniture goes, we have our 2 desks and our bed frame. Renting for sure. We're not even gonna try to purchase until we have like jobs. Definitely renting, and if it's under 2,000, great. But we're shooting for under 2,000. We're a little bit flexible, but not much on that. And ideally a 2-bedroom. It can be a small 2-bedroom. It could be like 700 square feet. I just need separate rooms. Like, that's the thing. I just need a separate room with a door that closes. That's like, no open concepts here, please. I'm gonna say, I can't remember what I was saying. Anyway, I'll remember in a minute. But yeah, I'll think of it. Oh, I hate when I forget my thought. I do want to move obviously closer to the beach once we have jobs, but that's just not realistic. California is still very expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But having a space will be nice. Oh yeah, furniture. We have hardly any furniture. We have literally our 2 desks, which Vincent probably will want to get a standing desk, so it might just be, I just might take the other desk and have 2 desks. Having like a corner space would be nice, so I could have like art space and like computer space. And we have our like queen size bed frame, and we have our closet units, which we'll probably end up getting rid of because we don't need those unless we have no closets. I might keep one of them maybe. I don't know. But that's about it for furniture. Everything else is like small stuff, like shoe racks or whatever. We don't have much, so we can kind of fit into like any space. Hi, Daniel. Yes, I did, because no one was at the other one, and I felt lonely, so I came over here because I knew everyone would get a notification over here. I also, since I'm kind of changing my plans, I'm not like going all in on that channel anyway right now. I'm just gonna like do it for fun and not worry about it. So it makes sense to just stick with this one because I've actually gained 200 subscribers in the last like month and a half. A lot of new subscribers, and I'm sure a lot of them came from cross stitch, so it makes sense to just keep doing crafting streams here. For now, it's not a big deal. But yeah, so we can literally fit into any space, and we can kind of buy furniture for that space, which is great. Casey, hello. Just got a cross stitch kit for my birthday for my husband. That's so happy. I love when people find that video still. I feel like it has a ton of views, but I don't get as many comments on it anymore, so I don't know who's still seeing it. Hello, welcome. We are cross stitching. I'm cross stitching very slowly because I'm talking a lot, which is literally what always happens. But here we are. We're talking about plans because my life is about to change a lot. Still doing crafting streams every Thursday night though. Don't worry, guys. But yeah, so I like. There's a few things. Do you want to hear my dream list for a house? Anyone who already lives in a house is probably gonna laugh, because it literally is like the most basic stuff that I just have literally never had because of the life that I chose to live. Here's my list. I want to have a couch. We've never had a couch. In 8 years of marriage, we have not had a couch. The closest we've had is like little tiny uncomfortable futons. One that we slept on, so it was mostly just a bed in France. And then the other one was in New York, which we got rid of once we made our apartment into a studio apartment and made our bedroom our office. We got rid of that couch then. It was so freaking uncomfortable. It hurt my back so much to sit on, so I hated it anyway. It wasn't a real couch. So I just literally want I want a couch with like cushions, like so badly. Oh, it's gonna be life-changing. And then what else do I want? I really, really, really want a dishwasher. I've never had a dishwasher. Ever. Not in France, not in New York. I want a dishwasher so bad. I can't wait to not have dishes be like a half-hour chore every day. Oh, I'm excited. I want a working oven. We've also never had an oven. Our whole 8 years of marriage, no oven ever. The closest we had was like a little toaster oven that I bought because we didn't have an oven in New York. So I could still kind of make baked things, but not great. Any personal connections that he thinks my uncle has a friend? Ooh. Dana, you're so nice. I love that you're just an action person. I say one thing and you're like, I'm on it. Just text me any updates. Anything was helpful because we kind of need to like have a place around the same time as selling the van so that we can kind of go from the van to a place because we can't live at my parents' house since we have cats and my stepdad's allergic. So it kind of all has to like work together really quickly. Anyway, what else? Yeah. Oven. Oh my gosh. Sheet pan veggies, guys. Like there's so many things I've missed out on being able to cook with our like kitchen situation always being so crazy. France was crazy because there's a little tiny 2-burner stove, and I was so excited to be in New York with like a gas stove, and then lo and behold, that had to be turned off because of a leak, and the building would never fix it, so we just had another 2-burner stove. Little Cuisinart like electric situation. Oh, it was the worst. So I really loved the propane stove that we have in the van. It's like a 3-burner stove and it works so good. I love propane so much more than electric. So my dream is to have like a nice stove, but I can wait. I can do electric if it's an oven. What else? We also have never had a washer and dryer ever. We have spent our entire marriage at laundromats, which I'm also very done with. If we could have a washer and dryer, that's not everywhere has one. Like, you know, even like townhomes in California, it's not a guarantee, but I would be so happy if I had a washer and dryer. So it's just like the most basic stuff, truly. I am so easygoing because we've just had such crazy, by choice. We chose to live in France. We chose to live in New York City, and we chose to live in a van. But I'm like really ready to just do normal housey things. Because there's other things that I want to be doing, you know? Like I don't really want to, sorry, this is so hard to do. I don't want to be like doing like, I don't want day-to-day life, the typical stuff to be such a struggle. I want it to be easy so that I can focus on the other stuff that I know is going to be harder. Like going back to college at 30. And also doing a day job. Dana, I understand. There are so many places that are 55 plus communities. It's like, where are all these old people? Like, there's no way that there's that many old people, but I think that there actually is. It's kind of depressing. There's so many listings that are like for communities we are not eligible for. I'm also very excited to have a car. We also have never had a car. I had a car, when we got married, my little orange Jeep Patriot that my little brother used for high school while we were in France. And then after that, we moved to New York and I sold it. And then we've never had one since. We just have the van, which I think doesn't count as a car because it's also a house that you have to, like the order of operations are a little bit different when you're driving your house than when you're just driving in a car. So I'm very excited to have a car. It's like all this, I look back at my life and I'm like, wow, I'm so lucky that I've got to do these really cool things and it's my choice. And when I think about the stuff I've given up to be able to do those things, I'm like, yeah, there's always a cost. Like if you want like a really interesting life, and it's a good reminder too, like people that you see online that are living these like charmed lives and like, crazy travel influencers and stuff, you don't see the reality of like how hard some of these things are to actually do every day. It's like not the funnest. Yeah, anyone else, feel free to chime in. Dana's just talkative and I'm talkative, so we just end up going. But if you have anything to add, I want to hear everyone's opinions about my life changes. I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I just feel really out of practice. I was telling Daniel earlier, I literally, I have to brush up on my math to do this degree program because it's statistics. The nice thing is, I was talking to my brother-in-law Riley about it, who did a statistical analysis program at BYU, and like he started his own company, is doing really great now. He said the great thing about that and like working with data and doing statistics is that it's not like theoretical numbers. Like it's not like there's not an alphabet in your numbers, which is great. It's like very applicable. It's like real math in the real world, which is good for me because that's what I struggle with, is like the stuff that's not tangible is really hard for me to visualize. So I think I'll be okay, but I just literally never took math past algebra 2 because I went to 2 different high schools in 10th grade. I went to a conservative Christian charter school in 9th grade, so not a great education. Mostly focused on like, memorizing every single like article in the Constitution, and like that was my education. So the government class I have today is gonna be really easy, but math I struggled there in 9th grade, so I kind of got off on the wrong foot there. And then I went to 2 different high schools in 10th grade, so that wasn't good because I didn't ever have just like a solid like stable math experience through 10th grade. And then I started to fall behind because I just couldn't keep up. I like didn't know what was going on because I switched schools, and then they were at a whole different place in the learning. So I just like I have a whole like gap in my knowledge for that year. It's like I think it was algebra 2, and I was a year ahead on that already. Like I had started math in 8th grade for like high school credit. So I was like, and at the time I think I only needed 3 math credits to graduate. The year after I graduated, they changed it to 4. So like kids all the years after me have had to take more math, which I would have actually preferred. It would have helped me more in my life. But yeah, so I only needed 3 credits. I'd already done it in 8th grade and 9th grade, and my 10th grade courses ended up counting for that 3rd credit. So I was like, bye. In 11th grade, I ended up at a different school. So I went to 4 different high schools. Just because my 2008 really did a number on my family, and we moved every year. And the move in the middle of the year, 10th grade, is because that school was just not good. It was like a really new school, and I just couldn't make any friends. I was really struggling, so I switched schools, and then it ended up being the same problem. So I had a really rough 10th grade year. But yeah, so I just never had like one solid stable math experience. And I took a trigonometry class. Like I signed up for trigonometry in 11th grade, and I think by the middle of that first quarter, I was failing. Like oh my gosh, I felt so horrible about myself because I'm usually like a straight A student. I've always been a straight A student. And I was struggling so much. And you know why? It's because that trigonometry teacher, she's this old lady, and she would just turn the lights off in class and use like the old projector thing, that you can write on and it shows. And she would just like drone on and just write, and like just show it. And I was just like completely, 1, bored to tears, and then 2, could not follow what the heck she was talking about. She wasn't good at answering questions because she'd just be looking down writing the whole time. She wouldn't even notice if hands were raised, and it was dark. Oh, it was the worst. So it was just a bad learning environment for me. It was already very distractible. It was not engaging. So that was why I struggled on trig. So I dropped out of that class. It's the only class I've ever dropped out of, and I felt so bad about myself, but I did it because I literally was going to fail that class. It would drop my whole GPA down, so I was like, bye. And then I never went back to math. I didn't do calculus. I didn't do anything because I didn't even know if I was going to go to college at the time. I didn't have any plans for college, so I was like, what's the point? So I just kept falling further and further behind my peers. All my best friends were doing like AP calculus by senior year, and I literally didn't even take math. I took 2 different art classes. So now I'm having to catch up, and I feel really out of my depth, but I also feel like it's kind of the white whale of my education. Like it's the one thing that I missed, like that huge gap in my knowledge. And I know I'm smart enough to do it if I can just understand it. Like it's just finding the right way of learning it that makes sense to me. So I'm kind of excited to tackle it. I think I'll feel so good about myself when I do. Okay, I'm catching up. This is my uncle. Vita just has a high-end Newport Beach guy, but she's texting one of her friends to see if they have any Agent Rex or anything. You're so nice. Your family's so nice. My aunt is very boots on the ground. Eddie in the corner is killing me. Yeah, he has opinions about my project. He doesn't like it. This is my favorite needle minder. This one was one of the first ones I put in my shop. I only bought 5 of them, or made 5 of them to sell. and I was like really excited about it. I was like, this is gonna be great. I thought it was so funny as a needle minder in particular. You're just staring at him like trying not to barf at you. But it actually sold so slowly. It took forever for it to sell, which is it was so weird. I was like, how is this not, does no one else think this is the funniest thing I've ever seen? I love it so much. So I kept one for myself because they weren't selling. Also, what is everyone else working on? Sorry, I haven't asked. I've just been talking about Storm. But I see 4 viewers here. So tell me if you're working on anything cool. If you're just listening, that's fine too. And if you don't want to participate, I won't force you. But it is a lot more fun when people are chatting. It's just like on Threads. I complained on Threads the other day because if accounts are private on Threads and you're not following them, then you can't see their reply. But like the little like icon for comments on your like thread post, you can see the number of comments. But if they're private, you can't see them. So it drives me nuts because I'll like post something like controversial or something and you'll only be able to see like half the comments. Or it'll be like a not controversial post that's just like quiet mostly, and then there'll just be 1 or 2 comments total, and I can't see them, and I'm like, well, I'd love to have a conversation with you. It's so annoying. So, don't do that to me. I want to know who's here, and I want to talk to you, and I want to say hi, and I want to hear about your projects, and all the things. Oh, I'm gonna change the music to like this. Dana, yeah, I feel so bad, and I want to see Bob and Grant so bad. I just like, I don't know what to do. It just doesn't make sense to spend the money. Let me know if this is too loud. It just does not make sense, like, any sense at all to like spend the money to go to the East Coast in the van when we could use that money to get into a place. So. Yeah, Daniel, I want to see. Daniel is working on a card game right now. He did his board game, which is now in his hands and real, which is very cool. Daniel's my little brother, for anyone who doesn't know. And now he's working on a card game. It's so fun. I'm surprised we haven't seen Mary or who else? Donica yet. So they're gonna watch this back later and be like, sorry. Casey, what are you working on? Oh, yes, I will show you. It's my pattern that I made. I just posted on Etsy recently. I was waiting to like make it, and then I just realized like that's dumb. I should just post the pattern at least, and people can use it. So it's on my Etsy now, but I haven't actually stitched it yet. But it's this Pink Pony Club. If you know Chapel Roan, that's her song. It's just like I tried to do like a neon light effect. I actually don't know how it will turn out. I think it'll be good, but Dana, also I wanted to be shocked, so I might still try to see you. I still have to go to New Orleans in March, so maybe we can figure something out. But yeah, this is my pattern. I think it's so fun. I love it so much. So I'm just starting to stitch it finally. And this thread is DMC 208 lavender, very dark lavender. It is actually much prettier in person too. Like this light kind of washes it out a little bit, but it actually is like so makes my eyes happy. I love purple in general. Purple is a great color. Thank you, Casey. I'm pretty proud of it. I really enjoy making patterns a lot. Oh, okay, let me show you the new one. I'm gonna switch cameras. Let me show you the new one that I just finished. I haven't posted it yet. I haven't like put it all together into you know, PDF form. I just finished working on it today. It's really funny. If you don't like cursing, you're not gonna like this. If you like a little attitude, though, you're gonna think it's funny. I just feel like this is really apropos for this this holiday season this year. So this is what I just finished making. It's a bunch of snowflakes, and I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I want to add to it before I finish it. But I do think it's very funny. It's beginning to look a lot like fuck this. That's the one that I just finished today. I'm cackling because I think it's hilarious, and I can't wait to stitch it up. I I did just post another one recently. Well, I can show you that one too. I posted another one recently on Etsy, my most recent post. This is the Christmas one I came up with. I'm in a really sour mood this year, if you can't tell. This is a quote from The Office, if you haven't seen The Office. It's the one where Michael is bitter that things are not going his way, and he's sitting in his office being like, "Happy birthday, Jesus. Sorry your party's so lame." Is that quote? Mary, hello. I missed you. I feel like it's been a couple weeks. I hope you're doing good. Let me go back to my pattern. Yes, I'm finally working on it. I didn't ever finish my Hocus Pocus one, I just switched. So we're finally here. We're doing Pink Pony Club. Okay, Daniel, let me look. Also, everyone, if you are not in the Discord and you want to be, that's where we always share stuff while we're streaming. The link should be in the description of this video. You can go join if you would like to. I'm gonna look at Daniel's cards right now, too. Daniel's a brilliant designer. He's so cool. Let me see. Ooh, Daniel, I love those. Mary, also, your Pink Pony Club is looking great. I didn't comment on it when I saw it earlier, but it's very cute. I'm excited to see how they look when they're done. Let's see. Yeah, those are super fun, Danny. I like the color choices. They look good. I like that everything's kind of like monochromatic. I think it's great. I love it. That's so fun. I just love crafting. Okay. This is the funnest ever. I love having friends to craft with. I'm so glad everyone's here. Yeah, Mary, how have you been also? Been out of it. Started teaching! Did you get like, is it like the job you've been waiting for? Is it like temp? I can't remember if you said you were doing temp stuff first. But that's really exciting. Ugh, look what happened. It's a knot. Oh no, I have to fix it. What? Did you figure it out?
Yes.
Vincent's been trying to lack. Is that the ChatGPT thing?
Yeah.
So Vincent decided to give his himself a project. I have to fix this knot. He decided to try to link his personal ChatGPT account with his personal Notion account and Google Calendar, and Google Calendar all together into one ChatGPT like custom thing.
Personal assistant type of thing.
Yeah. So it's a lot of coding and a lot of Python coding to like connect all of them together because there's no like apps or anything that will do it the way he wants, and also they're expensive.
Yeah, to actually like you gotta pay like $20 or $30 per app or something like that. Just
crazy.
No, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. So Vincent has been spending 2 days trying to figure that out. I'm proud of you, honey.
Thank you. Well, now I know it's connected. Now it's actually working.
Okay, can't wait.
Okay.
Subbing, not super consistent. Hey, work is work. You missed it. My big announcement is I'm going back to school. Which is kind of stressful, but I am excited for the same reason. It'll be good to have money and a degree. So. Yeah, current economic climate, I don't expect to get better, and we are tired of being poor, so it is time. If it was gonna get better, then I would not, but wah wah. Seriously, Mary, that is a huge win. That's great. That's very important. The internship. Yeah, that's the thing that's a reason that my sister didn't finish her degree also, because she was on her last year of elementary education and she had to do all the internship stuff, and she was like, I don't even know if I want to be a school teacher, and it is a lot of money and time, so she just ended up not doing it. Oh, say hello to Bryce. And have a good night, Dana, if you bounce. Tuition is something like twice as much. Ugh, gross. I feel like until countries figure out that like teachers need to be supported if they want to actually become teachers, then it's just gonna be a nightmare forever. I'm very proud of you for getting the big girl dollars though. That's very important. That's why I'm going back to school too. I just like I've never made as much money as I want to make. And Vincent and I are at the point, I think this election just made things so crystal clear for us. Like we just need to future-proof ourselves. We need to be uncomfortable for a little bit so that we can be set up later. So I'm doing data analytics, which is like it's a Bachelor of Science program, but it's in like the technology sector. So it's like a good staple job that will always be needed and also pays well. So that's what I'm going into. I'm gonna be like I'm gonna be an adult doing adult things. And that is the number one thing I'm excited for, is just getting paid more. Because we were talking about it, like if Vincent and I are both, if we're both, he's gonna do the same thing. Not data analytics, but just like in tech and go back to school. I know, seriously. Because I was really interested in programming, but programming is just actually kind of a hard field to get into when you don't get paid very much for a long time. And I was like, that's not gonna work for me. And also I think actually just sitting and staring at a computer like that all day would drive me insane. I need a little more like variety in what I'm doing. So this one fit the bill. But I think Vincent wants to do cybersecurity, which is very cool. Very edgy. But cybersecurity pays a ton in California. Like the median, I think, or like the average salary is like 150 grand a year. Most people who've been doing it for a while make like at least 200 a year. And data analysts are like around 100 and up in California too. So we were just like, man, if we can just get through a few years of school and knock it out really quickly and find jobs, then like we can actually plan for the future and like maybe actually buy a house and like do all of the things that you can't do when you don't make very much money. So we're excited for that. I think that that's gonna feel like it's gonna feel good to have that flexibility. We're gonna be able to visit France more and see his family more often. We're gonna have 2 cars maybe if we go crazy. Definitely have a washer, dryer, dishwasher, and couch down the line, which is all I really want. Daniel, you're gonna be an amazing software engineer. You're different because you are already so good at it and you love it. And I think that's what you need for a job that's, when it's a competitive field, you have to like, when there's a lot of people that are like, what am I trying to say? When there's a lot of people that are like somewhat proficient at something, you have to like stand out in other ways, I think. Which is why I picked a job that not as many people are vying for. Like that's like not quite as competitive a field, data analytics, just because it's not something that as many people are like really excited about doing. Because it's a lot of statistics and like working behind the scenes. So I think you're special because you are very creative and you do it for fun and you love it. And I think that that will take you so far in like a career post school. Because there's a lot of people that get into it only for the money or because they just hear that the tech sector is booming. And it is booming, but it also, like, they're not hiring like they used to, and it's really hard to get into, I think, in the more competitive areas. So I think you got a good thing going because I think that you'll stand out just because of your passion for it. That's my big sister talk. Yeah, he's gonna do great. And the nice thing is that you're working on stuff all the time, which means that your portfolio is gonna be amazing when they finally, like when you're going to get hired. You're just gonna have such a great body of work already that a lot of people don't have. That really helps too. That's one reason why Vincent's starting to do his own Python coding, because he wants to learn and have some stuff like under his belt. You're gonna paint the town red, Daniel. Proud of you. You're gonna do amazing. You're gonna do amazing, sweetie. Okay, I think I will switch back to the Hocus Pocus one for a little bit. Just because I still need to finish it. I'll just work on both of them each time probably until they're done. And I'm gonna actually start stitching outside of streaming hours too. That's another reason I really want to have a place, because like right now I don't do this all the time for fun, because it just hurts my body to sit in this van space and do it. It's just not ideal. Like, I don't have a desk chair, you know, I don't have like all the ergonomic stuff that I now need at 30 that I did not need before. So I'm really feeling it for these kinds of crafty things. Like, we really have to like kind of be hunched over and looking down. I miss my desk chair and my desk so much. So that's another reason I'm kind of excited to do to be in a house again. I just think I'll be able to do, like, what if I could do 2 crafting streams a week? That'd be so fun. There's Goose. Hi, baby. Here, say hello. There's the baby. Sorry. Squishy face. He's been in my lap. Suddenly he just wants to be in my lap all the time. I don't know, I have no clue why. Just like a switch flipped and now he just wants to be here every single day. Hi, bud. Okay. Stop. This is a black fabric. You're gonna get your cat hair all over it. Okay, so I have to switch. I only have one hoop. I gotta switch hoops. Wrist stretches. Yeah, tendonitis kills me too. That's another thing, like, I've been doing a lot more gaming lately just because honestly I love it. I'm back into Minecraft all the time. Pretty much every night. And like, it's really, really hard to like actually play a video game in particular, because like you just have to have your hands like on your keyboard or on your mouse the whole time, right? Like you can't really, there's not a lot of flexibility there. Like you kind of just have to do it, and that hurts. I have to be really careful, or like I start to have like real like shoulder and neck issues just from like not sitting just right. It's so hard. Just so hard to do for any length of time. And I love playing games, and so I'm kind of excited to potentially work on this cat. I'm excited to potentially have like an office desk space with my computer, all my things. It's gonna be great. I'm ready. I'm really ready. And have all my art stuff just set up all the time. Like, what if I could just like sit and stitch for a little bit and it could just stay out? It didn't have to get put away immediately, because right now, every time I do anything, it has to get put away after, because van. Nothing gets to sit out in a van. Everything has to be put away. So there's a lot of setup and takedown always with it, and I forget about things because I can't see them. And I am a ADHDer. Out of sight, out of mind is one of my, it's my kryptonite. Like, I just forget. Like, I forget about anything I can't see. I forget about food we have in the fridge. Even if I'm excited about it, I forget to eat it. It happens all the time. All those kinds of things are really hard for me to remember, and it's the same thing with all of my hobbies that I love. I have to watch this. He's trying to eat this string. Oh, sorry. Hello? Hello? I cannot stitch if you're gonna try to eat my needle. Look at him now, he's like, I'm not gonna do this with everyone watching me. Just feel him jerking, trying to grab it. Annoying. Okay, Mary, have a good night. I'm excited that you found some work and that you're loving it and you're getting paid. It's very exciting. Yeah, Kayla, it's not possible, but I can do my best. I try. I don't have to worry about it too much on these like projects on white fabric, because my cats are like gray and white hair, so it kind of blends in a little bit better, but this black fabric is not gonna be good. Have a good night, Mary, and I'll be here next week too. I think we'll be in Arizona next week we're gonna drive down or drive over east this weekend, I think on Sunday. I didn't tell my mom exactly when we're coming, so I think I'm just gonna surprise her. Too bad you won't be there, Daniel. You'd be in on the surprise. I did tell Colette though. To make sure that there's enough food for us if we just show up. But yeah, I think we'll be driving over on Sunday. I was feeling really sad about it. Like I was like, I don't want to leave California, which is a good sign that this is where we need to be. Cause like, this is the only place that we've really been able to stay for a long time. I always have like the whole 2 years of van life until Southern California. Just about we have like a 2-month limit. At about 2 months, we're like ready to move on. Even when we're with friends that we love or whatever, we've still needed to just go after 2 months. Like we've just really been done. And Southern California is the first place that we haven't felt like that. And we don't have friends here. We're starting to make friends actually because we're at the same beach all the time. But we don't really have friends here. We still have just loved being here. So I was like, okay, meant to be. But anyway, I was feeling kind of sad about leaving, like for the holidays. I was like, I'm not ready. I want to be back in Arizona. Arizona's not as fun. Obviously. But the water for surfing is actually so cold now that I'm now excited to go. It dropped even more like recently. It's down to about 60 degrees every day. And it is cold enough that my feet and my hands are just numb like the whole time. And it makes my form sloppy because I quite literally cannot feel my toes. I'm wearing a wetsuit. It's just not a thick enough wetsuit. I wear like a 3-2. I think that the limit is around 65 degrees for that one. So I'm just not quite warm enough. And the thicker the wetsuit, the more expensive it is. So I haven't been able to, but also I don't want to buy a new wetsuit right now. I just can't afford it. And I wouldn't get enough use out of it since we're going to be in Arizona for a little bit. So I was feeling sad about not surfing for a while being in Arizona, but now I'm like, I probably won't be able to surf very much anyway with how cold it is now. So I guess it's for the best. Come on. I can't. Ugh, there we go. I'm probably gonna get off soonish. 20 minutes or so. There's no rush. It's only 7 o'clock here. So I have a little while to go, and I do want to get some more of this done. I do think this cat is very cute. I kind of love it. This pattern's been the bane of my existence because it is boring to stitch, but I do love how it looks. It's really all the news I have. I know it was a lot, but those are the updates. Kayla, okay, have a good night. You mean you don't want to stay up with me all night long? You don't want my voice to lull you to sleep? Hello? Just kidding. Bye. Yeah, I will be here every week. I think I'm moving back to the main channel just because it's easier for new people to find me while I am changing all my plans for stuff. Thanks for coming. Love you guys. Let's see. Oh, I messed it up.
Goose, are you hungry? Do you want food, baby?
Goose loves nothing in this world as much as he loves to eat.
Do you want to?
He loves to eat so much. I'm trying to make this not annoying.
He's like looking at me.
I hate when it's not straight.
He's
It like
looking at
bothers me to look
Yes, I want to, but I'm afraid because of the cables. But I'm purring because I want food right now.
Is he stuck?
He was stuck, and now he's just like, I don't know what that means. Come on. Good boy. Good boy.
Okay, well, yeah, I think it's time for me. I was thinking I do have one errand to run tonight. So I should probably try to do that sooner rather than later. You'll finish this row. No, I won't finish this row because I always am like, I'll just finish this row, and then it's 20 minutes because it is so slow to cross stitch. I always forget. It is the slowest of hobbies, I think. Now, maybe making miniatures is slower, but cross stitch is pretty dang slow. Cat food time. They get wet food during the day, and they get dry food at night, and they love their dry food so much. I think we're lucky to eat the wet food at all, but they also love the wet food. They get literally an 1/8 cup. They get the tiniest little bit, tiniest little baby portion of kibble, and they're so happy. Meow, meow, meow.
Carol every single time with him.
I know, he's so talkative. Okay, friends. Yeah, I'm stopping now. Because I can feel my back starting to tense up because I did surf today. So
I just like, ow, ow.
I should probably not overdo it. But thanks so much for hanging out. Love you guys. I'll be here again next week. I always try to schedule a new stream like the Monday of the week. So I'll do that again if our plans end up changing at all because we're in Arizona. Things kind of get weird whenever we're home because things just are busy. But yeah, plan on this time next week. And thanks so much for watching and for hanging out. We love you. It's so fun. It's my favorite, literally my favorite day of the week. So I will see you again next time.